GingerGM.
The road to 2500 is back on, and we're going to do it with a Jobava-London system. So I'm doing a long play game now, as you've probably gathered, and I'm going to try out this Jobava-London system, which I've done a couple of previous videos on, and you can buy from the GingerGM shop, as I'm sure you're well aware by now. But most importantly, I'm playing a 2200 American player, and I've got my rating back from the cheats I've lost to, and there might be a chance I can get to 2500. So in this long play video, as you know before, my whole idea is to explain my thought processes behind the moves I played. Now, bishop f4 is the start of the Jobava-London system. This is stage 1. I won't talk about this too much because I've done plenty of videos in my YouTube collection on this already. And the idea of this is like a London system, but you hope your knight is more active on this square. Now, knight b5 is often a move you want to play, but here it runs into queen a5 check, so e3 first is the correct move. And now this is quite an annoying move for black to deal with, so this is just clearly an error, and actually he's played a massive error. I mean, he's 2200, this guy, because after knight to b5, and I did not set this game up, this could be the shortest ever Jobava-London system, or should I say long play video. This is a really strong move, and maybe it just shows you how dangerous his opening is. And the thing is, I had to wait 10 minutes to get this game, so I'm not filming another video. We'll just keep this short and sweet. And this is a common idea. So unlike the normal London system, where your knight is on b1, in the Jobava-London system, this becomes a very topical idea. So my opponent has to play e5 to block my bishop, and here I'm just going to take with a pawn because it creates the threat of here. And I have a couple of options. I have queen takes d5, queen takes, knight c7, going 2 pawns up. I also have e6 here. So we're still going to play this game out. I mean, even when you're material up, it's easy to mess it up, and hopefully I won't do that here. So e6 looks more critical. Let's look at that first. Well, I mean, he might go bishop takes e6, and then I check, and he might get a little bit of play there somehow. I'm liking queen takes d5 because I've got 1 pawn, and this is a very simple way to play. I mean, 2 pawns should be enough for me to win the game. This check, let's just see if he's got any options. I just go c3, and my knight defends any sacrifice on that square. If he takes, knight c7. So I'm just going to play here. I'm not going to go for the exchange. I'm going to try to grab the second pawn here. And he's just fallen into a very simple trick in this quite dangerous opening. And if you play it, I'm sure you will get this. You probably are thinking, oh, Simon set this up to sell some DVDs. Well, look, I haven't. I really haven't. It just occurs. To make this opening DVD a bit more interesting, I say this long play DVD, I'll show you some ideas in the Jobava-London system after this game. But first of all, don't relax until you've won the game. The quickest ever long play video, 2200, down the drain. Boom, in the Jobava-London system. Boo! I will try to do another long play video tomorrow, and I'll tell you what, I'll do a tactics video today as well, so you don't feel a bit let down by the shortness. But you know, I can't. What can I do? If my opponent's going to allow me to do that, then you know, there's nothing that can be done. So while we're here, let's talk a little bit about this opening again, and then I'll post another tactics video. So we'll do 2 videos today because I did say I want to get back to YouTubing, and this seems like a bit of a cop out to me. An easy day on YouTube. So d4 is the start, obviously, and this is really your first 3 moves, knight c3 and bishop f4. Now, if we compare it to the normal London system, which I've done a DVD on, they're both very similar. So I think it's good to also understand about the London, and also maybe understand about the Trompowsky, which is similar, and also even understand about the Torrey attack. These are all kind of the same brothers as each other. So once you know one, and you know, that's great, but if you know all 4, you have a much better understanding. So this might be the next thing I do something on the Torrey. And in the game, so we'll just go back to it. Knight c3, of course. If I can play e4, I may well do that. There were a lot of questions I saw about what happens if black plays e6. Well, you can play e4, but you have now transposed after d5, which is the best move, otherwise your centre is too good, into a classical French, so you'll have to learn this line as white. If you want to avoid the classical French, as I say in the DVD, you have other options. And bishop f4 is very in keeping with our system. Now, bishop here maybe is the most annoying move to deal with. And again, you have other options here. This move is a little bit annoying. I would say queen d3 is how we should respond, with the queen even coming over to g3, and with queenside castling, and with ideas of e4. I mean, this is fine for white. But most players will play d5 to stop e4, and then we go bishop f4. And c5 is okay here. But after e3, my opponent really has to be aware of this move. And this is just showing one of the biggest tricks in the whole system. Knight c6, very normal move. Knight b5, 1-0. And I think this game is actually quite a good advertisement for this opening. I mean, this is already winning. Maybe my opponent should just give up the exchange, but, you know, this is completely ugly and material down for him. So you get a great head start from the opening. And obviously the way the game continued was quite easy, as we saw. We don't need to go back there. So instead of knight c6, my opponent should have taken more care about this move, knight b5. So how does he deal with that? Well, if he plays a6, as I talk about in the DVD, we should now capture on c5, because we have ideas. a6 is a bit of a weakness of our knight coming into this square. This is okay. The main line is if black first takes on d4 and now plays this rather passive move to stop our threat. And here, a very simple way to play, played by Richard Report, is knight to f3. If e6, black makes his bishop a horrible piece. So bishop g4 is main line. And now something like h3, and we castle queenside, bishop pair, g4, g5 coming in. So short and sweet game there. I was ready for a long haul, but now I'm going to get ready to film another video on a killer tactic. So you get 2 videos today. How's that? That's a good deal, eh? So no complaining in the chat. Now, if you like this video, please do like the video. Please do subscribe to my channel. You know, this does help, and I hope you do that to support me. Cheers. Goodbye for now.